Treta Yuga, one of the 4 ages of humankind according to Hinduism, spanning 13 lakh years. The period when Lord Ram, the 7th reincarnation of Vishnu, is born in Ayodhya. The period marked by dharma and morality. 1528 AD, Sunni Mughal Emperor Babur is in India. His army general, Mir Baqi, a Shia, constructs a mosque, destroying a temple marking the birthplace of Lord Ram and building on its foundations what came to be known the Babri Mosque. December 23, 1949, idols of Lord Ram appear inside the mosque, allegedly put there by Hindus. Widespread protests follow. Hindus and Muslims file suits. The government locks the gates and declares the site disputed. Decades of court cases follow. 1st February 1986, a court allows Hindus to pray before the idols. 1989, then Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi allows Shilanyas, or a foundation laying ceremony, close to the mosque structure. September 25th, 1990, BJP leader L.K. Advani launches a Rath Yatra, or religious procession, from Somnath to Ayodhya to build support for a Ram Temple. December 6th, 1992, hundreds of Karsevaks or volunteers tear down the mosque and a makeshift temple is erected in its place. Massive countrywide riots follow. At least 2,000 are killed. The matter is back in court and on election manifestos of political parties. 2010, the Allahabad High Court divides the disputed land into 3 parts. The order is challenged in the Apex Court, which is yet to pass a judgment.
This is the place where the story began, and this is where millions of Hindus want it concluded. The birthplace of Lord Ram to have its glory restored with a magnificent temple, marking the holiest site of Hindu worship in the world, Ayodhya.
It's a desire mired more in politics than in faith. Efforts over the years to build a temple have remained disputed. But those who are determined have not stopped working. Prakash Kumar has been carving stone for more than 2 decades. Each carved stone is given a number to denote where it will fit in the final temple structure. It's a bit like Lego. Prakash sits surrounded by its pieces, columns of stones and bricks, many bearing the names of the donors and the places they arrived from.
We are at the VHP workshop for the construction of the Ram Temple. This is about 500 meters from a place called Karsevakpuram. And stones like these with Jai Shri Ram written on them, many with engravings, have been arriving here since the 1990s. Truckloads of these stones have been coming regularly, most of them donated, not just by people from across the country, but across the world. The plan is to construct a 2-story temple with a dome on top, which will require 1.75 lakh cubic feet of stone. The people here tell us more than half that number is already here. They are ready to construct a Ram Mandir.
The Samajwadi Party government under Akhilesh Yadav had barred the Janmabhoomi Nyas, the outfit tasked with preparing for temple construction, from bringing stones, citing the Supreme Court status quo. That has changed under the current regime. Mohan Srivasa was a young man who participated in the Babri demolition. He went to jail. Today, he guards the base model for the temple. He is confident this structure will be replicated at the Janmabhoomi, a 268-foot long, 140-foot wide and 128-foot high 2-story temple.
नीचे राम जी का बाल रूप रहेगा, ठीक ऊपर वाले खाने में राम सीता रहेंगे.
While Ram Lala's pink sandstone home is being readied, around it, The rest of the city lies in a shambles. Negotiating traffic is a nightmare. Infrastructure is crumbling. There are no new jobs. Development hasn't touched this town. Swachh Bharat has not disturbed its legendary detritus. Mahant Nritya Gopal Das of the Ram Janmabhoomi Nyas, the outfit overseeing the preparations for temple construction, dismisses these concerns as minor.
अरे विकास करना कराना सरकार का काम है, नगर पालिका का काम है, वो जाने उनका काम जाने।
अयोध्या में तो कुछ नहीं बदला है, अयोध्या जैसे तैसे है, कोई विकास नहीं।
Ayodhya is a victim of its political significance. The true face of the temple town is a far cry from the glorious stories of Ram Rajya. With the 67 acres of disputed land in focus, the rest of it is a picture of neglect. Choked drains, blocked roads, heaps of garbage. This is the real Ayodhya.
क्योंकि जब लोग विकास की बात करते हैं तो भाजपा वाले जय श्री राम का नारा लगाते हैं, वो उसी जय श्री राम के नारे में विकास जो है दब जाता है, विकास पीछे हो जाता है। इसलिए अयोध्या का कोई विकास नहीं। अयोध्या में ना बढ़िया सड़कें हैं, न यहाँ कोई पार्क है, न यहाँ पब्लिक मालदार है, न यहाँ कोई अच्छी दुकान है।
Iqbal Ansari is famous because he's his father's son, a prominent figure in the Babri agitation. He receives us in a room reserved for television crews and local newspapers. These days, the visitors are fewer and far between, he rues. People are blinded by political propaganda. They fail to see the kaleidoscope of cultures that Ayodhya is. It was once called Choti Makkah, he tells us. It's the town where for years an aarti was performed inside the premises of a mosque. Satyendra Das was the head priest of the Ram Janmabhoomi. He was performing the puja on the day the Babri Masjid was demolished. He joined hands with the Jama Masjid's Imam Bukhari against what he believes is a needless controversy to polarize votes.
हम लोग उस इतिहास को भूल चुके हैं। यहाँ जो मुसलमान रहते सबके साथ उठना बैठना रहना और किसी प्रकार का कोई दोष नहीं करना, उसके नाते कि बाबरी मस्जिद और राम जन्मभूमि के नाते हमारा प्रचार।
Ayodhya belongs to all, he says, not just the Hindus.
93% of Ayodhya's population is Hindu, yet this temple town celebrates its pluralistic culture and past. This town has more than 20 major Islamic shrines, more than 100 mosques, architectural remains of the Buddhist and the Jain periods.
Not everyone is ready to share space though. The ruling BJP's ideological parent, the RSS, the Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangh, insists only a temple will be built in Ayodhya, not a mosque.
राम जन्मभूमि पर राम मंदिर ही बनेगा और कुछ नहीं बनेगा.
The call finds resonance among a growing number of locals.
भगवान का मंदिर में नेता लोग अपना राजनीति करते हैं, अपना काम बनाते हैं और मंदिर के बारे में कोई विचार नहीं कर रहे हैं. हिंदू लोग बनाएंगे, सरकार बनाएगी, हमारी बीजेपी की सरकार बनाएगी.
The question of a temple evokes sharp responses. Crowds gather almost instantly. They've waited for 25 years. The time to cede space is past, they feel. This is Guptar Ghat, where Lord Ram is said to have taken a Jal Samadhi. He disappeared in the water. Some of the values that he stood for may also have dissolved.
So why has Ayodhya, the birthplace of Lord Ram, the most ideal ruler in Hindu mythology, the follower of dharma and morality, driven Indians to clashes and bloodshed? Why does it remain the most intractable political problem in this country over 7 decades? Has a sincere effort ever been made to resolve the Ayodhya dispute?
The short answer is no. Successive governments have stirred this pot.
हर चीज़ का हल लोग कहते हैं कि सुप्रीम कोर्ट क्या करेगा? सुप्रीम कोर्ट एक फैसला सुना के दे सकता है, बाकी काम तो हम दोनों लोगों को ही करना है ना।
The effort to exploit the Ram Temple issue for electoral gains is not restricted to one party or ideology. While the right wing kept it simmering for years, the Congress under then Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi brought it to a boil. Gandhi and his key strategist Arun Nehru, in a bid to consolidate the Hindu vote, persuaded Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Bir Bahadur Singh to open the lock of the Babri Masjid in 1986 and allowed religious rites to take place inside the disputed structure. In response, the right-wing Vishwa Hindu Parishad launched an agitation to secure the release of the idols of Ram and Sita from what they called captivity. Soon after defying the court's order and laying the foundation of the Ram Temple on 10th November 1989, Rajiv Gandhi launched his campaign from Ayodhya, promising Ram Rajya across the country. Months later, the BJP hijacked the issue, with L.K. Advani launching his Rath Yatra to canvass support for the temple. Over the years, the promise to build a temple found prominence in the party's election manifestos.
किस जजमेंट से राम मंदिर बनाने का, भव्य राम मंदिर बनाने का रास्ता प्रशस्त हुआ है।
The Congress conveniently pulled wool over the eyes of the electorate by showing indignation, despite the party's criminal complicity in the past. Now there's a saffron poster boy in power in Uttar Pradesh who loses no opportunity to remind the world that the temple tops his agenda.
मेरा मानना है संवाद समस्या का सबसे अच्छा समाधान हो सकता है, लेकिन इस संवाद के लिए दोनों पक्ष सहमत तो हों.
Importantly, the man who chose him for chief ministership, the original Hindutva face, has not visited Ayodhya in the 3 years that he's been Prime Minister. Ram Temple continues to be an election promise of the BJP.
हम कहते हैं कोई आए या न जाए, उनके जिम्मे सारा देश की जिम्मेवारी सारे देश की काम है, और जब काम करके तब ना आएंगे मुंह दिखाने के लिए, बिना काम किए कैसे आएंगे? इसलिए वो अभी काम में लगे हैं, काम करने के बाद अपना काम कर देंगे, रामलला के कहाँ दिव्यता भव्यता ला देंगे, वहाँ उनका दिव्यता भव्यता आ जाएगी, मंदिर का निर्माण हो जाएगा, तब ना आएंगे, खाली खाली कैसे आएंगे?
This is the Saryu River, the lifeline of Ayodhya. It finds prominent mention in the Ramayana too. It's along the banks of this river that King Dashrath accidentally killed Shravan Kumar. Saryu now serves a political purpose. Mediators of all hues, from political leaders to spiritual gurus, from religious heads to courts, have tried to wade into the troubled waters of the Saryu and failed. Who are these peace brokers? Is it in their interest to achieve peace?
The first time Ram Lalla was co-opted in litigation was in 1949. While the case was being shunted from one court to another, many outsiders jumped in over the years. As Prime Minister in 1990 and then again in 2003, Chandrasekhar tried to intervene. The attempts fell through. After the demolition of the Babri Masjid in 1992, Prime Minister P.V. Narasimha Rao set up the Liberhan Commission that submitted its report 17 years later, failing to find a solution. Under Atal Bihari Vajpayee's Prime Ministership, the Ayodhya cell was revived to negotiate between Hindus and Muslims. It soon became defunct. Muhammad Hashim Ansari, the oldest litigant in the case, reached out to other parties, the Akhada Parishad and the Hindu Mahasabha. He died at the age of 95 before the talks could begin. The BJP's Subramaniam Swamy urged the Supreme Court to resolve the matter in March 2017. The court suggested a negotiation, saying it's a sentimental issue best resolved by talks. The latest player in the Ayodhya saga is this man, spiritual guru Sri Ravi Shankar.
अच्छा एक संदेश देश भर में जा सकता है यदि दोनों समुदाय पास आए, दोनों समुदाय के सहमति से भव्य राम मंदिर बने.
His visit to the temple town was dubbed as a stunt.
बातचीत करते करते बहुत समय हो गया, 25-30 साल हो गए. अब जो है ना, अब तो मंदिर ही बनेगा, बातचीत का प्रश्न ही नहीं उठता.
बात कर रहे हैं, बात हो रही है. अभी रवि शंकर जी आए थे श्री.
तो उनसे तो मिले नहीं महंत वगैरह?
नहीं, महंत वगैरह मिले थे और ये हाजी महबूब भी मिले थे. सब लोगों से वार्तालाप हो रही है. लग रहा है कि 2018 में
तो क्या प्रोग्रेस क्या हुआ? 2018 में हुआ?
हाँ, 2018 लास्ट बताए हैं. देखिए क्या होता है.
पब्लिक को इस तरीके से यहाँ उलझाया गया कि ये झगड़ा कोई झगड़ा नहीं था. अगर सरकार चाहती तो अदालत के माध्यम से बहुत पहले इसका जो है फैसला कर दिए होती.
And so, the self-appointed stakeholders who've been fighting each other in court joined ranks to bar the entry of another player. It's not just these contractors of religion who are blockading peace. The dispute has given birth to an industry.
As you make your way towards the temple, you come across shops like these, selling religious bric-a-brac, texts, pictures, idols, jewelry and CDs like these, which tell the story of the Babri demolition in painstaking detail. It is in the interest of some to keep this memory, this cultural memory, alive in India.
The bylanes of Ayodhya are crammed with these symbols, an irrational hope that a temple will rid this town of all its woes and burnish its rusting face.
जब बन जाएगा तो ये जैसे इतने सन्नाटे दिख रहे हैं, ऐसे सन्नाटे तो नहीं दिखेंगे रोडों पे.
अच्छा, फिर क्या होगा?
हम लोगों के दुकानदारी का भी फायदा लाभ होगा. हाँ, यात्री भी अधिक लोग आएंगे.
The Ramdhun plays constantly as you negotiate the narrow turns. The beads of prayer hang at storefronts, awaiting the faithful. The number of pilgrims is dropping, bemoan some. The temple will trigger the inflow of tourists, they vouch. Even the monkeys, the loyal soldiers of Sri Ram, the legendary avatar of Hanuman, are waiting for it, we are told. Not far from the famous Hanumangadi temple is the disputed site. Police barriers greet you every few meters. Our camera arouses suspicion. No further, they tell us.
About 300 meters from where I'm standing is the Ram Janmabhoomi, the place where Lord Ram is believed to have taken birth. It's a disputed site under lock and key. Worshippers do not have access to it. This is as far as security forces will allow you to go.
The security men will not speak on camera. It's a travesty, they say. In a land of 90 million Hindus, they don't have the freedom to build a temple at the birthplace of their biggest deity. Some historians dispute that this was the site. What was found in excavations were the remains of a Buddhist temple, they claim. People here disagree vehemently, though they have no proof of where Lord Ram was born. Keep faith away from history, they advise us. Who will build the temple, we ask.
जल्दी से जल्दी 6 महीना के भीतर मंदिर बनना शुरू हो जाएगा.
2018 लास्ट बताए हैं, देखिए क्या होता है.
हम उनको मना करने जाते हैं कि हम उनको रोकने जाते हैं. उनको मंदिर बनाना है, बनावे, आज बनावे, अभी बनावे.
If everyone is on board, what's stopping them? Many point to the divide among the Muslim litigants. While the Shia Waqf board now agrees that building a temple at the Janmabhoomi is the best solution, the Sunni side bitterly opposes the idea.
इस विवाद को शांतिपूर्वक हल करने के लिए अयोध्या में जहां पे विवाद चल रहा है जिस संपत्ति को लेकर, वहां पर राम मंदिर बने, शिया वक्फ बोर्ड उस पे अपना जो अधिकार है या उस मस्जिद को लेकर जो अधिकार बनता था उसको समाप्त करता है.
Won't a temple be the harbinger of harmony? Won't it rob politicians of a time-tested instrument to polarize votes? Demolishing the mosque was wrong. So was the demolition of the temple, Hindu or Buddhist, that stood here before the mosque. Two wrongs don't make a right. And Ayodhya is tired of living in the past. If a temple means peace and progress in the future, this town wants it. The Muslims as much as the Hindus. Lord Ram, it seems, is caught in the Chakravyuh of politics. And this exile from his birthplace is turning to be much longer than what he suffered in the Ramayana.
Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh Yogi Adityanath organized a grand celebration this Diwali, the festival to mark the return of Lord Ram after 14 years of exile. And it is here, the place called Ram Ki Pedi, on the banks of the Saryu River, that 1.7 lakh diyas or lamps were lighted to mark the event.
It was as much to mark the end of the BJP's 15-year-long Vanvas or exile from power in Uttar Pradesh. Development projects to push growth in Ayodhya were promised. The celebration made a world record and more political ripples. The sun has set. Preparations for the evening prayers or the Aarti are underway at the ghats of the Saryu. As worshippers flock to the steps, smearing vermilion on stones, hope floats on the holy river. And the dream to see a temple for Ayodhya's most famous son.
सब नर करहीं परस्पर प्रीति, चलहीं स्वधर्म सुने सुत नीति, बैर न कर काहू सन कोई, राम प्रताप विस्मता कोई.